Tonight on KSL Outdoors.
Right in the water.
We head to Mexico in search of the gray ghost with our friends from King's Camo.
Hey! Yes! We finally got the gray ghost, Chris. 4 years of waiting.
I'm Adam Eakle, and this is KSL Outdoors.
KSL Outdoors with Adam Eakle is brought to you by your local Ford stores.
Hey, welcome to KSL Outdoors and welcome to Sonora, Mexico. I'm Adam Eakle. You know, for the past 4 or 5 years, I've had the opportunity to come with my friends, Mike and Kevin Pritchett from King's Camo, down here to Mexico and hunting big mule deer. This year, we're back, but we're hunting a different species. We're after the gray ghost.
I love coming down to Old Mexico.
One shot!
We've had some amazing hunts. 4 of us have bagged our biggest mule deer to date down here.
Here we are, day one, Sonora, Mexico, on a Coues whitetail adventure.
But this year, it's all about the Coues deer.
What do you like then?
I like more Coues. Everybody wants a big muley, but Coues is more fun to hunt. It's a lot of glassing and spawning. You have to have good eyes to see the Coues, and I prefer Coues deer.
Challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge every time.
Ricardo has been our guide before, but this year he decided to start his own outfitting business.
We know how to do it, and we have good guides, good cooks, and we decide, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And we know the area, we know the muleys, and we know the Coues deer.
And most importantly, you know some of the ranchers.
Oh yeah, you have to know the ranchers.
Down here, you hunt entirely on private lands. The landowner leases you the right to hunt his lands, and you buy the tag from him as well. Each ranch is assigned a limited amount of tags, depending on how big their ranch is. Ricardo has acquired about 80,000 acres for us to hunt. It's a lot of ground to cover.
It's not an easy hunt all the time.
No, it's not an
Not
easy.
a guarantee.
No, we don't never guarantee nothing. It's like hunting. Hunting is 50-50. You can have a chance to get a big buck, or maybe you don't see nothing one day. It's hunting.
The Coues deer is a whitetail, but they are much smaller in stature and have smaller antlers than their cousins in the States. The one thing they share in common with their northern cousins, they are elusive. Thus, the reason for the Coues deer nickname, the gray ghost.
Yeah, the true whitetail, a lot cagier. The mule deer will go a little bit, stop, look back, whatever not. These things, once they've been spooked, they're out of the canyon, out of the country.
Hard to see, they really blend in. They can take 2 steps and you won't see them.
It's like, it seems like you have 3 seconds of time, and then they're just gone. It's unbelievable.
It's a doe.
Coues deer?
Yeah, it's a Coues deer. Maybe it's more over there.
It's got 2 does right here in this little canyon. It's a good sign it's Coues.
Mule deer here tend to live in the valleys in the thick forest of cactus and mesquite trees. Coues deer are amazingly adaptable. They can occupy anything from ponderosa pine forests to the very dry and more open habitat that we're hunting down here in Mexico. They seem to prefer rolling hills and these rugged peaks. About the only way to get the upper hand on the gray ghost is to have a good set of binoculars.
The mule deer basically are driving around and hope to see them out on the roads, whatever not, chasing does, whatever not. These Coues are in the mountains and doing a lot of glass and hoping you see one out feeding, but most of the time you're just hoping you spot one underneath the tree. You're looking for an ear, an antler, or some movement of something to catch him. A lot of time you're out of glass. So, because once they're spooked, they're gone. They don't give you much of a chance.
Well, day one is in the books. We only saw 5 Coues deer all day. We went pretty hard, and tonight, well, we ended up with a flat tire, but I've always believed that everything happens for a reason. We got
beautiful sunset, and many more days to come. We'll have that here in a moment, but first, tonight's climate quiz question. The Coues deer is considered one of the most prized and most challenging deer species for North American hunters. This petite deer is the smallest huntable subspecies of the white-tailed deer and weighs between 65 and 100 pounds. Because of the size of the Coues buck antlers, the Boone and Crockett Club has a separate category for this unique deer species. Our climate quiz question tonight is, according to the Boone and Crockett Club, what is the score of the largest non-typical Coues white-tailed deer ever taken? Now, once you know the answer, log on to our KSL Outdoors Facebook page, give us the correct answer, and then we'll randomly select and announce a winner on our page the following week. The winner set to walk away with a Climate Static V sleeping pad. And here's the answer to last week's question, which was, what other species found in Utah is also considered a char? And here's the answer. Besides the lake trout, the brook trout is also a char. KSL Outdoors, powered by Ford. We'll be right back to hunting with our buds from King's Camo.
KSL Outdoors is also brought to you by Smith & Edwards, Fish Tech Outfitters, Utah State Parks, Burt Brothers, Climate, King's Camo, and Camp Chef.
Welcome back to the Sonoran Desert, where we finally found a buck.
Let's see if I can find him. All right, I'm on him. Not real wide. If he's a big one, we'd shoot him right there. Yeah, it looks pretty thin horn too.
This is a nice representative of a Coues deer buck, but we know there are bigger bucks in the area. A good Coues buck will score about 90 inches. We're hoping something in that range or a bit bigger.
And then he disappears. He vanishes behind a little green tree.
Legendary big game hunter and outdoor writer Jack O'Connor once said, "If someone should conduct a beauty contest among the big game animals of the Southwest, I have no doubt the Coues whitetail would win hands down. The Coues is an exquisitely lovely thing." Now, Jack is a hunter I grew up admiring, and I've trusted his opinion. I just wish we could get a buck on the ground. Ricardo just spotted a deer about 1,000 yards away or more, about 1,500 yards away, going away from us, but he was a big deer. He's past his ears and heavy, and he looked big even with 10s. That's a long look, and he looked big. Yeah, he looked at least past his ears, and he looked nice shape to him. Never saw how many points he had, but he's the biggest frame goes. Well, let's go in that area. At least we know he's over there. In my opinion, the best way to hunt these cagey critters is to spot and stalk them. This hunt is not easy. I think it might be the hardest deer species I've ever tried to hunt. Not just because of the wariness of the animal, but also because of the environment that they live in. Everything here is sharp, from the cactus and even most of the trees. We knew where that buck had crossed over, that big buck we told you about. We didn't get any video of him, but we came over here and just got a pie and kind of a glass and figured he was up here bedded, and nothing. And then we were sitting here for 20 minutes talking. Eventually we started talking and glassing and nothing again. And all of a sudden, 2 does jumped up right below us. Wasn't him, but if it would have been, we'd have been done. These things are tough though. It's almost like hunting rabbits. You know, for those of you that hunt rabbits, sometimes the rabbits will hold still and you gotta kick them up to get them up. Problem with that is sometimes they just run off. All you see is the tail wagging. One thing if you do come down here that I forgot this year, and I'm kind of bummed, is bring some leather gloves. Everything pokes you, takes skin off you, and I'm a bleeder, so I got a lot of blood from that hike, but still fun. Stay tuned.
What is he, Mike?
As we finally get a closer look at a good buck, and Mike gets a shot he's been waiting to take for 4 years. That just ahead, but first back to Salt Lake for tonight's Fish Tech Fish Report.
Okay, it's time to put your rods and reels away. Here's a few things I do. Number one, I'll take the reel off the rod. I'll get soapy water and wash down the rod. It just makes it look better next year. The second thing I do is I take care and maintain my reels. First I wash them, then I oil any moving part on the outside. Don't play with the inside. My bait casters, I will take the side plate off, take the spool out. There's a drop of oil that goes right here in this bearing and a drop of oil on this bearing. Now, when you store your reels, back off your drag because the drag washers are concave, and when you put a drag, tighten the drag up, it flattens them out. They'll make a set, and then you won't have a drag next year. Abu Garcia has come out with something that's pretty neat. They've got a kit. They've got the reel cleaner, they've got the oil, and they've got the grease. Do not take these side plates apart, because if you don't know what you're doing, you have to send it back to get it put back together. For these tips on how to maintain your reels, come on down to Fish Tech and we'll help you out. Now for tonight's fishing line.
This morning we came over here due to the lack of water. I mean, you're in the Sonora Desert, very little rainfall, and so the local rancher up here told us there's water down here, down this roadway. And sure enough, once we got here, after pushing the truck through 5 or 6 washes and almost tipping it over, we get here and sure enough, there was Coues right off the bat. So started seeing Coues does and a small buck. And again, we just sat here just like this, our makeshift tree stand, and Ricardo spots this buck coming to water.
It's coming to the water.
What is he, Mike?
It's like a 3x3.
Is he coming up to the road?
Right there in the water.
Hi.
The buck flinches, and we think he's gone for good, but he turns and heads right back to the water.
That hit the water, didn't it?
But, you know, again, no excuse. I mean, it's just not my gun and whatever. And 400 yards is a long shot, but... And then finally, Ricardo spots him again, just breaking away. And
that was about 15 minutes later.
yeah, I mean, we sat here that long, just quiet and waited, and all of a sudden here he comes back towards us and on an angle, and...
He's right there. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Should get him.
That got him. That got him. That got him. That got him. Oh my hell, 5 years. Yes. I had to take it. I mean,
We don't know if he's a great one, but he's a good one.
he's a good one. He's a good one. He's not.
Not a small one.
Good job,
Dude,
Ricardo.
I-
Way to spot him again.
Look at that. When I finally heard the whop, I was like, yes, finally, 4 years. Gosh. And they are small.
They are small.
I mean, his body is like that wide.
Let's go see what he is.
There.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Hey! Yes!
Let's see him.
Oh, gray ghost, finally.
Oh, he's broken on the one side. It's pretty.
Oh, yeah.
God, they're so hard to find.
Holy cow.
Good eating?
Yeah.
We're gonna have some tonight?
Yeah, just the tenderloins and the back traps. It's gonna be great.
For dinner, huh?
But yeah, for dinner.
They're all trophies. It's just, you know, being with everybody and having fun. And
Boy, you can see why they call him the gray ghost. Look at that pelt. It's just beautiful.
oh, yeah. They're like the silver fox of the desert.
They're cagey, aren't they?
Oh, it's crazy. Just they're so sneaky and can get through this country like just like a mouse. I mean,
Yeah. And Ricardo spotted him not once,
Twice.
twice. Yeah, he did. He saved our bacon on that one by making a great spot. So
Well, I appreciate Ricardo. He's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Great family down here.
And what a neat operation. It's just fun to come down here in the middle of, end of December, 1st of January. It's 80 degrees out here, and we're out here hunting Coues deer and mule deer.
Yeah, great time.
So fun. Hey, more here from Mexico in a minute, but first, down a different trail in tonight's Utah Field Guide. Hey, we want to welcome a new sponsor to our outdoors family, Smith & Edwards. I've always enjoyed going up to the Far West store, and now I don't have to go so far. They have one right down the road from my house here on 90th South and Redwood Road. If you've never been in, well, you're missing out.
We do sell quite a bit of stuff. We have everything that you need. We have camping stuff, anything from cots to smokers. In the sporting goods, we have gun counter. We have a good selection of handguns and long guns, muzzle loaders. We have safes. We have all sorts of fishing rods and fishing equipment. And not just that, we also have Western wear where we sell saddles. We sell all the Western clothes. We have a whole boot wall too. Like, what place has a whole boot wall?
Or rope. I went to get rope, and it was like the whole thing was like 2 aisles of rope.
Yeah, it goes all the way to the ceiling from the floor, and we've got tons of rope. And that's actually one of the biggest things that everyone comes in and asks, hey, where's your rope wall, or where's your rope room?
In addition to that, you'll find housewares, candy for the kids, even an entire Ace Hardware store for everything you need to fix or update the house.
Seriously, 7 rows of rope and a whole wall here. And they got some of our favorite sponsors as well, Kings, Climate, and Cam Chef. Don't forget to come out and check out the new Smith & Edwards here on 90th and Redwood. Hey, let's check out that recreation forecast now by turning it over to the guys and gals back at the weather department.
Welcome back to KSL Outdoors. Are you a little competitive? Do you like to ice fish? How about a tournament geared for the ice angler and all of us? The Ice Addiction Tournament Series is coming to Pineview Reservoir on January 27th. Catch a big fish and win an ATV. They'll also give away $15,000 in cash and prizes. No rod, no gear? Well, no problem. Tightline Outdoors will loan you a rod, tackle, even drill your holes so you can compete. It's $45 to pre-register, $55 the day of the event. For more information or to sign up, check out tightlineoutdoors.com.
Awesome, man. 4 years waiting. Great time, man. Awesome. They're so pretty.
Neat deer.
Oh, yeah.
Neat deer. Hey, don't forget when you're out with your family, your friends, and you finally have success after waiting 4 or 5 years, or even the first year, take lots of pictures, submit them to our snapshot contest. You might win our big prize from Cam Chef. Now the best of the week, our snapshot of the week. All right, Mike, one more.
We kick it off with a family tradition down on the Paunsaugunt. Sherry Christensen drew a Paunsaugunt management deer tag last year after watching her dad Ted have success on the same hunt a year earlier. Sherry says they worked hard to find this buck, and once home, they couldn't help but notice the similarities in her and her dad's bucks. Another memory to bond this family forever. Check out this giant Antelope Island bison that Julia's husband Gary took after waiting 20 years for a tag. Julia says the hunt was amazing. With the snow and sky, it felt like they were hunting bison in the Arctic. The bull was one of the biggest to come off the island that day, weighing nearly 2,000 pounds. Julia lost her claim to fame with the biggest animal in the family, as Gary's bull is much bigger than her bull elk. The bull would be mounted right over the piano for the family to remember this gorgeous December morning forever. Elias Martinez is gearing up to be one heck of a hunter, just like his uncle and grandfather. Here he is showing off a nice bull taken by the family and this great buck. 3 generations of hunters. Don Todd drew a third season Colorado buck tag and bagged this tall, heavy 4x4. This year's third season hunt was tough for hunters, as most units didn't get snow until the end of the hunt. Don didn't say what unit he bagged his buck in, and I don't blame him. But our winner tonight has mass, cheaters, inlines, eye guards, and a ton of determination. Gabby Nielsen was hunting general season public land in Wyoming and bagged this giant 224-inch buck. Gabby did this hunt all by herself while her husband watched their 2-year-old daughter every morning and night. Gabby says she wasn't expecting to see many big bucks after last year's winter kill, but near the end of the hunt, she got it done. Way to go, Gabby, a giant of a buck. I'll bet your family is pretty proud. Here's something else to brag about, our big prize for having the Snapshot of the Week. Remember, submit your pictures or video plus an explanation of your latest outdoor adventures online at ksltv.com. The winner each week wins the new Striker multi-fuel backpacking stove that can be fueled by propane or butane. Plus, the winner is also entered into our Ford Trucks quarterly Facebook giveaway for a Camp Chef pellet grill.
Build your outdoor kitchen with Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors.
Hey Ricardo, thanks. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, we didn't kill a lot of deer, but we all saw deer.
Did.
And Russ was the only one to pull the trigger.
Had to do it.
Yeah, I saw a big deer. You saw a big deer. You didn't see a big deer. You saw a lot of them though, big good buck. And you saw one tonight.
Yeah.
We won't talk about that.
No, that happens.
Hey, it was hot. At least we had our Kings on, so we didn't all sweat to death. We had lots of layers in the morning and shed them all in the evening. Good time, guys. Thanks for having us down. Your family's fun. The kids are a joy to be around, and that was fun. I didn't get my Coues, so I got to come back. I will. Hey, I'm Adam Eakle, KSL Outdoors. You might need to do the same. Get out with your family, your friends, even if they're the Griswolds, and get out and make some memories outdoors. We'll see you next weekend. Good night.
You waited a long time.